folks. Jim coming at you again. Saturday morning, February 5th, 2022. A little chilly outside. I came out, it's about 22. Got to do a little shoveling here in a minute. Just want to kind of touch base with you real quick. It's a little chilly out, but not as cold as it is in Canada where all the protests are going on. I say this, God bless those protesters. I'm amazed at the fact that all the money they've raised, the GoFundMe pages, everything they've tried to do to support those truckers against the jab mandate for the crazy prime minister they got up there in Canada. A boy who was born on third base, you know what I mean? Thinks he hit a home run. They closed all of the funding down. He's calling them all kinds of names, all the isms that you can think of. You know what amazes me is last year we had all of these protests going on, BLM, burning down the cities. Now we got murals painted up of criminals who they say are heroes. They burn down our cities and they call it justice. These guys have done nothing wrong except protest, which is their legal right. The mandates, they're called all kinds of names. Imagine that. Their funding is shut down. Now let me tell you something I learned yesterday, that the governor of Illinois, when they were giving out all this COVID relief fund, which you and I paid for, you and I paid in our tax dollars. They were supposed to get that money to help businesses, to help people, PPE, all of that stuff. The governor of Illinois, you go check it out, he funneled that money into the BLM in Illinois. And now, $60 million has come up missing with the BLM. They don't even know who's in charge. All we know is they're buying properties somewhere and they don't even have an address. We just know they took the money and run. One of the biggest scams in history. But hey, we got it on the NFL fields. We got it on the NFL helmets. We got it all over the place. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy. I made me a couple of notes here. I just saw this morning 113 more shows of Joe Rogan has been taken off there. I like Joe. I don't agree with all of his politics, but hey, it's a free country. And he gets on there, he poses good questions, he asks good stuff, and now these guys come out and say, take my music down. I say, take it down. And Spotify just keeps taking their stuff down. It's crazy. I guess you've seen the reports on the false flag that they're saying that Russia's going to do with their staged actors to try to get America to go to war and all of this stuff. I'm telling you, I told you a couple of weeks ago that there would be a cyber attack blamed on Russia, but that it would actually be America. Well, now I see the other side of it. Our government is absolutely a bunch of corrupt liars. What about the false flag back in the 90s? Weapons of mass destruction, remember that? Never found anything. Even Colin Powell has come out and regretted the claims that they made. I know he's dead now, but go read his memoirs, go read his book. A blemish on his career, that they set all that up just to go to war. Why? Because of the money. I've been telling you, it's all about the money. Now, I did see this yesterday. Sleepy Joe's poll ratings have finally came up a little bit. I wonder why that was. Well, the jobs reports came out, gave him a little boost. I want you to know something. The job reports were a little bit better than they have been, I'll give you that, but they're still 100-some thousand below the worst that Trump ever had. Think on that. And also, just as always, I've been telling you, when all else fails, go kill somebody, which is what he did. He just supposedly did a terrorist assassination of some terrorist over there in Syria. And supposedly the guy blew himself up in his family. What guy in his right mind is going to blow himself up in his family? You know, I used to believe the government and the things they said, but I know they're all liars. You remember when we pulled the military out of Afghanistan and left all the civilians behind, and then when there was a bombing and we're going to retaliate and we hit a target and we blow them all up, and come to find out when the news finally came out, we killed 10 civilians, 7 of them children. Oh, everybody's forgot about that, huh? 7 of them children. And now we got several more children dead. Do I believe our government? Absolutely not. I think they're all a bunch of dadgone liars, including Lindsey Graham. Let me tell you something, guys. There's not 2 parties up there, Republican and Democrat. They're all a bunch of liars. I want you to know that. They're all a bunch of liars. Don't get caught up in all that stuff. And I'm going to tell you this and read you a verse, and I'll call it good. I got to get to doing a little shoveling here, and my hands are getting cold. Who's in charge? It's a military complex, Big Pharma, the central bank, and corporate America. That's who's in charge. That's who runs everything. That's who controls the political parties. Don't you dare think for one moment that the government on any level is out for your best interest. They're not. They're out to rule you, to take everything that you've got to keep you in subjection. Well, let me tell you something about the Bible. All through the Bible, I see all through the Old Testament that God used the enemies that were against him to turn on each other and destroy themselves. Look at CNN. You see it happening. Cuomo gets fired, and all of a sudden, here comes some more stuff out. They crumble from the inside. They destroy each other. They destroy each other. It's all through the scriptures. Let me give you the verse. Here's Yeshua, bringing his people into their inheritance. They've crossed the river Jordan. They've come to the city of Jericho. It's all locked up. And here's what Jericho, here's what he says. And it came to pass when Joshua was by Jericho, he lifted up his eyes and looked. And behold, there stood a man over against him with a sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went unto him and said unto him, Art thou for us or for our adversaries? I always look at it like this. Joshua is saying, are you a Republican or you're a Democrat? Which side are you on? Listen to what this man says. And he said, Nay, I'm for neither. But as captain of the host of the Lord I am now come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship, and said unto him, What saith my Lord unto his servant? And the captain of the Lord's host said unto Joshua, Loose thy shoe from off thy foot, for the place whereon thou standest is holy. And Joshua did so. Whose side, Jesus, are you on? Republicans or Democrats? Neither. I'm the captain of the Lord of hosts. There's only one government. It's not Republican, it's not Democrat, it's not your state government, your local government. It's the government of the Lord Jesus Christ, his kingdom of heaven, and all thine enemies and all thine adversaries shall be put down. Think on that, and God bless you all.